It's good morning for me, but it's good afternoon. Victoria Meyer, welcome to Yellow Shelf.
Thank you, Joanna. Thank you for inviting me. I'm super excited to be here with you today.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm so glad you said yes. Your podcast show that you are a seasoned expert host. Congratulations. Tell us all about the podcast, A Chemical.
Yeah, thank you. So, my podcast is The Chemical Show. We are celebrating our 5 year anniversary in April, which is huge. And I think I actually published the 250th episode just recently. So, I will say when I started it, did not know this is where I was going, but here we are. So, The Chemical Show is a podcast about the business of chemicals. And in fact, our tagline is where leaders talk business. So, it's really not so much about the chemistry. And people are often say, well, I don't really know chemistry. No, but you know leadership and you know business and you know innovation. And right now we're talking a lot about AI and risk and innovation and how global trade and geopolitics are affecting us. So it's all the things that are actually affecting each of us on a daily basis, especially business leaders.
Yeah.
And it's by business for business.
And it kind of fascinates me, and this is probably my ignorance, how interesting the show is. Even though day to day, I don't, I'm not in chemicals. Do you know that's not or energy? That's not my space. So I
Yeah.
wonder if you want to talk about that. Your guests, you have all industry experts, all different levels, startups. Do you want
Yeah.
to talk to me about your guests and show episodes?
Sure.
Because yeah, congratulations.
Yeah. So
250.
so I typically have executives from chemical companies on. So they may be a C-suite member, they may be of a publicly listed company, right? So big giant multi-billion dollar company,
Yes.
all the way to startups that are frankly still looking for hundreds of thousands of dollars in funding, much less the billions.
Yeah.
And the theme that goes through all of this, it's really this story of leadership. It's the story of identifying an opportunity and how do you seek it out and how do you bring others along. And it's about the innovation. So for me, it's a lot about storytelling. When I started the Chemical Show 5 years ago, I did it with this eye of, gee, I have great conversations all the time. I'm just going to hit the record button. Well, you pretty quickly realize as a podcaster, and Joanna, I know you know this,
Yes.
that it's a little bit trickier than that. But some of the truths remain with the Chemical Show in terms of bringing a voice, and it's long form in the sense of it's a 30-minute interview typically, far more exposure for companies and leaders than they get in traditional trade media. And so there's all these stories and experiences. And frankly, I sometimes look at it and say, we are all in this together and we need to talk about it. And we need to talk about how we're responding to tariffs, for instance,
Yeah.
right? That was the talk of the
Yeah.
town in 2025. And AI is still the talk of the town because we're all really trying to figure it out still.
Yeah.
So, all of these things that companies and leaders are facing,
Yeah.
and they want to know how others are tackling them too.
Yeah. Yeah. And it goes back to the idea of podcast, doesn't it? Podcast shows and exposing, stories and allowing the audience to connect. It's such a powerful
Yeah.
forum. Victoria, do you want to tell us a little bit about you, your
Yeah.
journey? Because I'd love to hear about your background, and I'm sure the audience would as
Yeah.
well.
Well, surprise, surprise, I have been in the chemical industry my entire
Yeah.
career. Um, I am a chemical engineer with an
Yep.
MBA, and I spent the first 25 years of my career in big corporate.
Yep.
Shell, Clariant, LyondellBasell, working in both manufacturing environments, moving into commercial environments, and really just appreciating the impact the industry has. So here's my little fun fact, which is the business of chemistry. Powers like 95% of everything you touch every day.
Wow.
So if you think about the paint on the
Yes.
walls, the foam cushion in the seat that you're
Yep.
sitting in, or in your car, in your couch, or what have you, those are all actually chemical products,
Yeah.
or they have chemicals as their feedstock. So it's it's here, it's
Yeah.
everywhere, all around us. Um, but I started in corporate for the first 25 years of my career, which, by the way, guys, if you're watching the video, and do we publish on some video, Joanna?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, well, see, you're going to say, Victoria, you only look 25. How is that
Exactly.
possible? So thank you. Um, but the first 25 years in big corporate, and then I left in 2017, um, and was kicking the tires on what I wanted to do and decided through, frankly, an invitation from a friend to say, hey, can you come help us? I started my consulting business, Progressio Global, which today is much more of an advisory firm. I work with executives and leaders across primarily the chemical industry, on big leadership issues
Yeah.
when they're going through growth and transformation and transition. So it's everything from board advising to executive coaching. And so so I've been living this. I've been living the dream in the chemical industry, which is really about making life better. The chemical industry is in the business of making a better life for everyone.
Yeah.
And so I've been doing this now for my whole career, surprisingly. I actually tried to escape a couple of times and I was unsuccessful.
Yeah. It pulls you back in, doesn't it?
It pulls
That
you back in.
desire.
It's that analogy, the analogy of the crabs in a pot that they will pull the
Yes.
people back down. Yeah,
Yeah.
they just keep, you try to escape and like, come on back. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
here I am.
Victoria, you mentioned living the dream of a career in chemical. And now you're living the dream because you're sharing it. 250
Yeah,
episodes, almost like just getting started. I would encourage anyone to take a listen. No, do you know what? And people will know from listening to you here, but you're so warm, you're so
thank you.
engaging, very easy to listen to. And so much to learn. So much to learn.
Yeah, thank you. I do. Thank you. I like that. I always say every episode, I used to not listen to my episodes, by the way,
Mm,
because if you're a podcaster, you
yes.
realize the first 10 times you've recorded yourself, you're kind of a little sick to your stomach hearing your own voice. Like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I'm going to sound foolish, or
Yes.
I can't believe my voice sounds like that, or what
Yes.
was I thinking? And actually, every time I am pleasantly surprised. So now I actually enjoy listening to my
Yeah.
episodes. I'm like, oh yeah, I sounded pretty good that day. Or, ooh, my edit notes didn't get removed. Oops. Um, but it's fun. And
Yeah.
frankly, there's really great people across the industry, and it's really a privilege to
Yeah.
get to know leaders
Yes.
at all levels in the industry to help them shed a light on their own careers, on their experiences, and what they do, because, we're all in the people business.
Yeah, absolutely. Victoria, I'm going to put in the show notes some connections to you, connections to the
Perfect.
podcast. Do you want to point us in the direction? I'm connected on LinkedIn,
Yeah.
there's but you point in the
The
direction and I'll
best
make
place to
sure.
find me is LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So I'm on LinkedIn as Victoria King Meyer, and you can also follow the Chemical Show podcast on LinkedIn and wherever you listen to podcasts, whether that's Apple, Spotify, YouTube, you name it, we are there. But absolutely, reach out, connect with me on LinkedIn is the best place, and I got to be honest, I'm there every day checking things out.
Me too. So I'm going to put the details in to make it easy for anyone in the world to connect with you to get curious. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for joining us. It's been a
Thank you.
delight to chat.
Thank you. I really appreciate the time.
Cheers.